In the brutal grind of modern warfare, where every meter of ground is contested and skies are saturated with buzzing drones, Ukraine has introduced a game changer, not a high-tech missile system or million-dollar radar array, but a rifle round. Yes, a bullet. But this isn't just any bullet. This is counter-drone ammunition, designed to shred, disable, or destabilize enemy drones mid-air. It's lightweight, portable, and, crucially for a country fighting a decentralized war, cheap and easily distributed across frontline units. The innovation was first deployed quietly in 2024 and saw major battlefield use in 2025, when Russian forces ramped up their use of Lancet kamikaze drones, Oerlikon 10s, and smaller commercial quadcopters repurposed for reconnaissance and attack. The Ukrainian military, already stretched thin with air defense systems like Iris-T and NASAMS, needed something every soldier could use. This is where the counter-drone bullet comes into play. Designed to be fired from standard NATO rifles like the M4 and FN Scar, it requires no new training, no specialized launchers, and offers an immediate solution to an urgent problem. Low-flying, low-cost enemy drones used for spotting artillery or dropping grenades. Compared to large-scale air defense systems, it seems almost primitive, but this simplicity is its greatest strength. Unlike missile batteries that cost millions and are logistically complex, these bullets can be packed into a box, slung over a shoulder, and distributed to any trench, outpost, or recon squad. And it's working. Reports from the Donbas front indicate that these rounds have been disrupting Russian drone formations, especially when fired in bursts. The bullets don't always destroy drones outright, but they cause rotor imbalance, damage sensors, and reduce effectiveness. In some cases, even a near miss can knock a drone off course long enough for soldiers to take cover or reposition. This isn't about perfection, it's about tactical disruption. A $2 bullet neutralizing a $30,000 drone? That's the kind of economics Ukraine can live with. Let's zoom out for a second. The global defense industry has poured billions into drone countermeasures. One of the most sophisticated and talked about systems is the Oerlikon Skynex air defense system, a marvel of Swiss engineering. With its 35mm autocannons, radar-guided targeting, and automated fire control, Skynex can obliterate incoming drones with pinpoint accuracy. It's one of the few systems designed specifically to deal with the modern drone threat. But here's the catch. It costs tens of millions of dollars, requires trained operators, dedicated power sources, and logistical convoys to be deployed in any combat zone. It's like sending a luxury sports car to navigate a minefield. Yes, it's effective, extremely so, but it's not something you can hand to a foot soldier in a foxhole. That's where Ukraine's counter-drone rifle rounds shine. Imagine two battlefields. On one, a Skynex system guards a critical infrastructure point, a dam, a power plant, a logistics hub. It's protected, coordinated, and operated by specialists. On the other battlefield, dozens of Ukrainian infantrymen patrol a forest line. They're dug in, expecting contact. Overhead, small FPV drones buzz and swoop. Here, there's no Skynex. But there are bullets. And those bullets are doing work. Scalability is the real game here. Ukraine doesn't need to choose between high-end and low-end tech. It needs both. It needs layered defense. Skynex and systems like it can guard major targets, but the rifle rounds provide distributed, agile defense everywhere else. Think of it this way. Skynex is a vault door. Counter-drone bullets are door locks and alarm systems in every home on the street. Military experts now recognize that drone warfare isn't just a big battle problem. It's a daily infantry issue. Aerial threats are constant, and soldiers need tools that move with them, not systems that need weeks to deploy. Moreover, bullets don't need satellite connectivity, long-range radar calibration, or command center coordination. They just need a soldier who can aim and fire. That kind of asymmetrical cost-benefit ratio is pure gold in wartime logistics. So, what exactly is this miracle ammunition that's shifting the battlefield balance? Surprisingly, or maybe not, it's based on a standard 5.5 6mm NATO-style rifle cartridge. This is the same caliber used by most of Ukraine's small arms, including M4s and FN Scars. But this round is no ordinary bullet. When fired, it breaks apart in mid-air, releasing about 5 fast-moving projectiles in a cone-shaped pattern. Think of it like a miniature shotgun blast, but coming from a standard assault rifle. Fired in bursts, these rounds create a spray of metal that's devastating to small drones operating at low altitudes, roughly 50 meters or closer. In most battlefield scenarios, these drones aren't 300 feet up in the sky. They're hugging terrain, darting between tree lines, hovering over trenches to drop a grenade, or scouting positions. At that range, even a few seconds of suppression can save lives, and that's exactly what this ammo delivers. This ammunition doesn't require new optics, new rifles, or specialized scopes. Troops don't need to recalibrate their gear. It's plug-and-play warfighting. Load the mag, aim for the drone, and let the burst do the work. Here's what makes it even more revolutionary. Ukraine is now ramping up production so that every frontline soldier gets at least one full magazine loaded with this counter-drone ammo. That means thousands, eventually tens of thousands, of troops will be equipped to respond to drone threats instantly without waiting for command-level support. It's a logistical masterstroke. Compared to anti-aircraft systems that require vehicle platforms, command authorization, or power sources, this approach is frictionless. Ammunition boxes are smaller. They move faster. They can be tossed from supply trucks, airdropped, or hand-delivered in backpacks by local volunteers or drone resupply systems. And because the ammo uses existing weapon platforms, there's zero downtime for integration. Soldiers don't have to switch guns. They just switch magazines. The cost? Roughly a few dollars per round. Compare that to the price of a missile interceptor, which can run between $50,000 and $500,000 depending on the system, and you begin to see why this matters. Ukraine isn't just building a defense, it's building a scalable, affordable, soldier-level solution to one of modern warfare's biggest challenges. It's like handing every infantryman a slingshot for Goliath, except this time, the stone multiplies mid-air. And while these rounds aren't guaranteed to take out every drone, the psychological edge they provide is massive. Troops no longer feel helpless when the buzzing starts. They don't have to duck and pray. They stand, take aim, and fight back. With enough rounds, enough soldiers, and enough resolve, the sky becomes a little less dangerous and a lot more contested. Ukraine's battlefield innovations may seem reactive, but they're laying the foundation of future conflict doctrine. We're entering a military age where $500 drones can cause $50 million in damage, where a lone operator behind a tree line can guide a swarm onto a tank column. In that reality, traditional top-heavy air defense systems, while still vital, are no longer enough. Defense must be fast, mobile, personal. The counter-drone bullet embodies this philosophy. It decentralizes power, literally putting it into the hands of foot soldiers. It's a shift away from Cold War era thinking toward networked micro-solutions. Imagine a platoon where every rifleman is also part of an air defense grid, and this shift isn't going unnoticed. Reports suggest that NATO allies are closely observing Ukraine's use of these rounds. Some are testing similar munitions in Poland, the Baltic states, and even in U.S. National Guard drills. The lesson is clear. The front lines of the future aren't just armored vehicles and missile strikes. They're drone swarms, EMP pulses, and digital sabotage. In that chaos, a simple bullet can still make a huge difference. In the end, this isn't just a story about ammo. It's a story about adaptation. Russia, with all its artillery might, still struggles to fully suppress Ukrainian positions because of such innovations. Ukraine, with its back against the wall, continues to fight smarter, not just harder. Whether it's a billion-dollar defense grid or a $5 bullet, if it saves lives, it's worth every penny.